Good day. Welcome to Grade 12 Macro lesson on intensive and extensive commercial agriculture. In this lesson, we'll explore the difference between the two types of agricultural practice, the characteristics, advantages, and the disadvantages of each method. By the end of this lesson, students will have a deeper understanding on how intensive and extensive commercial agriculture contribute to food supply and the impact on environment.
So let's first start by looking at our intensive agriculture. So what is intensive agriculture? Intensive agriculture, it involves maximizing the yield from a piece of land through various means such as high inputs of labor, capital, fertilizers, pesticides, and machinery. So this method is commonly practiced in areas with high population density and limited land availability. So let's look at the characteristics of our intensive agriculture. The first one is high yield. High yield, it aims to produce maximum outputs from limited land resources. Our second one is high input. It requires significant inputs of labor, capital, and technology to maintain productivity. Our third one, which is specialization. Farmers often focus on growing high-value crops or raising high-yield livestock. So on our last characteristic of intensive farming, which is mechanization, the use of machinery and technology is prevalent to increase efficiency and productivity.
Good day, grade 12 learners. Today I'll be outlining some few examples of intensive farming. Number one of these examples is greenhouse farming. Greenhouse farming is where crops are grown in controlled environments, optimizing conditions for growth. And number two is dairy farming. Dairy farming is where cows are housed indoors with controlled feeding diet, maximizing milk production. And number three is poultry farming. Poultry farming is where chickens are raised in confined spaces with controlled feeding and lighting schedules. So now we are going to move on to extensive farming. I think most of you are asking yourself what is meant by extensive farming. Extensive farming is farming vast areas of land with minimal input and low intensity of labor. So this method is practiced in areas with ample land availability and lower population density.
So for us to have a better understanding of what is extensive farming, we have to know the characteristics of extensive farming. So number one, we have low yield, which aims to utilize large area and result in less output. Number two, we have low input, which requires less labor, less capital, and less use of technology. And lastly, we have diversification, which farmers may cultivate multiple agricultural crops and mixed agricultural practices. So now let's look into examples of extensive farming. Our first example is ranching, where livestock graze over large areas. Our second example is pastoral nomadism, where herders move their livestock into large areas of grazing, searching of pasture and water. And our last example is shifting cultivation, where farmers clear small plots of land for cultivation.
Greetings, I'm teacher Ramahali here, and at this point we are going to lay out the assessment activity that is going to be handed out to students. So students will be encouraged to pair up in groups or in 2x2, whereby they're going to be assessed by being asked to give the impact of intensive and extensive commercial agriculture on the environment and in the economy as a whole. So students will be encouraged to detail their findings on the questions that are based in this activity, the impacts on the environment and the economy caused by the intensive and extensive commercial agriculture.
Good day, we are now on the conclusion part of a lesson plan. As a teacher, I will summarize all the key points and highlight the most important points on the given topic. The given topic, which is intensive and extensive commercial farming. I, as a teacher, I will hand out questions to the learners so that they can answer them and ask questions where they don't understand. I'll go easy on my learners so that they can be freely and enjoy my lesson. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. See you on the next lesson. Bye.